Color Kids, this is Katie Carty-Hiley of RainbowBrite.net. Welcome back to the Rainbow Land Museum, where my cat Wisp is going to be joining me today for another Rainbow Brite product review. Today I have the 4-character box set, which I've been really dying to get my hands on ever since I heard that it was coming, saw a picture of it on eBay, of all places. And it took a little while for my store to get some of these in stock, but thankfully I put my name on a waiting list. They called me yesterday, they reserved 2 of them for me, and I was able to go in and pick them up. So, the reason I got 2 is because I want to leave one set in the box, and I want to take the other ones out. And the other reason I want to take these out, other than just the fact that eventually I'd like to display all of the Color Kids and sprites together, if they come out with all of them, which crossing my fingers that they do. There is actually a note behind Hammy, if you look. It says, box becomes a backdrop scene. So I'm really curious to see exactly how that works. Because as you can see, there is a scene of Rainbow Land behind them and below them. But I'm not quite sure how that's gonna, fold out and work. So let's just get right down to it. I'm gonna try to open it carefully. I believe and I've looked around, as far as I can tell, the entry points are right here on the corners where this tape is. I think that's the only way we're going to get into it. So I've got my trusty little box cutter here, and I'm going to very gently, and without cutting myself, slice that tape. Okay, alright, and it's just coming right out like a little tab. So let me do the other side. Kids, do not do this without your parents. Because sharp objects are dangerous. Okay, hopefully those will be the only incisions I will have to make. We'll see. So I'm pulling those tabs up, and then I was hoping it was going to become obvious at this point what to do next. Not so much. Oh, and actually, let me read real quick what's on the back before I potentially destroy this box. I'm gonna try not to. But it's really cute. It's got all 4 characters with little descriptions. Above it says, share colorful classic characters with someone you love. Far away where the rainbow ends, there is a magical kingdom called Rainbow Land, where Rainbow Brite and her colorful friends use all the colors of the rainbow to make the world brighter and hearts lighter. That's adorable. Then we've got little descriptions. So Hammy, Indigo's favorite sprite, is an actor who loves to ham it up, hence his name. Indigo is a creative, dramatic little artist who dreams of becoming a famous actress. Red Butler is a charming, fun-loving boy who goes on all sorts of daring adventures. And Romeo is a sweet, romantic sprite who really lives up to his name. Real quick, I've been looking at and uploading some really old toy commercials for the original Rainbow Brite toys. And Romeo's sprite kissed everybody. It's hysterical. He even kisses Murky in one commercial. So because why not? He's Romeo. He's trying to make everybody happy with hugs and kisses. Yeah, okay, it looks like, again, there's other tabs here behind them where it connects. And I'm assuming that is what needs to come out next. So I may try to take the figures out first. They're basically connected with little plastic tabs. Like the kind you would find on a t-shirt with a price tag. Okay, good. You know how sometimes on plushies the tab will go like into the plushie on one side, so you can't actually get the other side out, and then you've just got this little hard thing inside the doll forever, and I hate that. That's not the case with these. It actually goes through their back a little bit, so I'll be easily able to take it off of them. So I'm just gonna snip those. There's one on the back, and then it looks like, oh, 2 more on the head. Yeah, they also go all the way through on the head, so awesome. Snip, snip. And yeah, they're loose enough in there that it's not really hard to just lift them up and snip those. They're not so tight that you're going to worry about cutting the doll or anything. But again, kids, I would recommend you get your parents to do this, and not yourself, just in case. Okay, so just from the front, I couldn't tell if Red Butler was wearing his cape or not, and he is. I'm so excited that he's wearing his cape. I was worried that he was not going to be, which would have made me sad. I'm getting excited already. Which is me. I know you're not surprised by that. I was totally squeeing at Hallmark yesterday. The saleswoman was a little, or she thought I was hilarious anyway. Just going on and on about how much I love Rainbow Brite, and I was so happy to get these, and I was so happy they were there, etc., etc. Now you can hear all the little plastic tabs in there rolling around. Oh, one of them just came out. Okay. So, okay, so the bottom of the backdrop is not actually connected to, or sorry, the top of the backdrop is not actually connected to the bottom. There's a line there. So once again, I'm still trying to figure out where to go from here. I still feel like these side panels need to come out somehow. Oh, there we go. Okay, here's how you do it. Get the side, because it's kind of a bubble, press on it, and it just pops out. Like so. So I'll see if I can do the other one while you're watching. It's gonna, well, now that I'm doing it this way, it's not gonna work. Before I just kind of squeezed it and pulled it a little bit. Oh, here it goes, I think. Squeeze, pull, yep. Well, the bottom part came out anyway. Let me get the top part real quick. Come on. Pretty please. I don't want to tear you. Okay. And you may have to pull it towards you a little bit. That also helps. So at this point, I thought it was just going to open up. Oh, okay. There are tabs on the side that need to be pulled apart. That's easy to do. Awesome. Okay. So then, oh, okay. Okay. So this was just a fake backdrop. There's another one behind it that looks just like it. Because I was a little concerned. I'm like, but this one's going to have holes all through it where the dolls were hanging. But the one behind it does not. Let me throw away all these little plastic tabs before they go all over my floor. There we go. Oh, cool. Okay. There are little thingies up here at the top. There you go. And this one's already coming out. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep those in there, so I'll just, well, I'll let them stay as long as they will stay. I'm just going to kind of unfold that crease. So at this point, there's nothing behind it. And it is connected to the box. So at this point, we're going to have to cut this off. Which I suppose I could do. I have my trusty scissors right beside me. And I think that's kind of the whole point, is so that you can display them with the backdrop, which is going to look so cute. Let me just show it to you again. I love the artwork. There's the color castle, there's the Rainbow Falls, there's the bits, all the sprite houses, the water, the bridge, the road, the rainbow. Oh, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. It's so classic Rainbow Brite. This isn't even like updated shading like the book is. This looks like artwork straight out of the 80s, and it very well may be. I'll have to go look through some old books and so forth and see if it is a direct match to anything. So I'm going to very carefully cut across the bottom and try to keep my line straight. I'm not the greatest when it comes to that. You could potentially just fold it back and forth many times until the crease. Yeah, see, I went slightly off there at the end, but anyway. What I'm talking about is if I had just, like where I cut it, you know, sometimes with paper you can just fold it back and forth a bunch of times and rub it along the crease to weaken the crease, then sometimes you can just rip it. But I'd be too scared that I would accidentally actually rip it. So scissors may be the better way to go. And there we have it. And it's folded so you could display them like they were in the box where they're sitting on this part with this in the background. Or if you have a large enough display, you could just pull it out. Because that crease isn't like annoying or really in the way of anything. So I'll have to see how that fits best in my display area here in the museum. And then you've got the extra one with the holes that you could do something with. I don't know what. I'm not gonna throw it away. But yeah, this is the one that had the note on it, you know, the box becomes a backdrop. This one does not say that, so it's purely a backdrop. That was really, really brilliant. I really enjoy the way they did that. And hopefully the way I unboxed it will help you to be able to unbox your own without ripping, tearing, bending, all those sorts of things. It really wasn't that hard once I got down to it. It was just a couple little questions like, should I do it this way or that way? But I'm pretty certain that was the best way to go about it. If some of you open yours and you find a better way, please post a video and tell everybody, because it's helpful to everyone else to, you know, to have the best methods. And I'd also love to just see some of you guys and see your collections. So now I've got some tabs left on these dolls. I'm just going to pull those out real quick. Let's see. There's her. There's Hammy. And it was difficult to decide which box to open because they were both in really good condition. I can just mention real quick, when I am choosing an item to unbox, what I typically look for is which item looks better in the box. If there's any damage to one of the boxes, I typically choose that one to open because then it doesn't matter. Those are pretty much the basic two things I look for. If one just really looks, it's like situated much better in the box than the other, then I'll open the other one so that the nice looking one can just stay in the box and go on the shelf. These guys, there wasn't much of a difference. There was like a slight discoloring on the box from glue or something, I don't know. And they were just sitting nicer in the box than these guys. Not abnormally so, it was just slightly. So yeah, that's how I made my decision. If you're gonna do the same, just look for those things. So we've got some more itty bitties to go over now. I gotta start with the color kid because we finally have color kids. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I mean, we had rainbow, of course, but yeah, I gotta start with red because red's my favorite color, and because of that, he's kind of my favorite color kid. I don't like to choose favorites, but he's awesome and he's hilarious. And yeah, so okay, to the itty bitty, here's Red Butler. And I did notice a difference between my two boxes. This one has darker red hair. They're both red, but I was just noticing, and here, I don't know if you'll actually be able to see it because I can't take the other one out of the box to put them side by side. And with the shadowing and all from the box, I think you can tell. This one's just a bit brighter, darker red. So again, probably just different batches, slightly different material that got used. But if you prefer a darker than lighter, maybe you look for that when you're deciding which box to buy, if you're just going to buy one. I'm really picky when I go to the store and buy Rainbow Brite things. I always sift through and look for the best one, whether it's a loose figure or something in the box. I look for the, the box that's not dented, that kind of thing. So if you're anal about such things like me, you may want to do that too. So anyway, back to red. So he's got this adorable hair. He's got the little like fringe here, which is so cute. It's, yeah, kind of sticking out over his head. He's got his cute little ears. He's got his star on his belt, and that's all embroidery. Looks so good. His suspenders with the little stars up here, all embroidery. Got the, this stitched line, like the other classics. And his cape! Oh my gosh, he has a cape! I'm not really sure what kind of material this is. It's a bit more thin than some of the others. Maybe some of you crafty ladies and gents will know what kind of material that is and can comment and let me know. I'd just be curious. But yeah, it's gonna hold up no problem. And I love that it's got the red line around it. Got his little armband thing, and he's got the little star, just like Rainbow. Got the stripes. Got the stripes down here. Got this sparkly, glittery base. Oh, he's gorgeous. He's just gorgeous. He's still got the itty bitty tag and facial features, just like Rainbow Brite, just without the star, obviously. Yeah, I am in love with him. He is adorable. And putting him right beside a Sprite is just, yee! It's so cute! I love that he comes with his Sprite Romeo. Eventually, I hope that we're going to get all the color kids, all the sprites, so we can, do some cool displays, make some scenes, stories, whatever. It's gonna be fun. Let me go ahead and do Romeo real quick while I'm talking about the red guys. He's also got the embroidery on his belt, and it's pink embroidery. That's cute. That really sets it off, actually, against the red. His arms are pink, and there's pink down here, which girls, you know, typically, girls like pink more than boys. So if a little girl is looking for something pink, she might gravitate towards this little guy, because I don't know if we'll ever get a pink Sprite. Maybe someday. I would totally be down with that. But until then, this might attract some girls, along with the purple Sprites, of course. But not trying to be sexist. If boys like pink, give them the Sprite. Yeah. Not gonna go on my soapbox, but yeah. These are completely gender neutral dolls as far as I'm concerned. Boys and girls alike, men and women alike can all appreciate and love how cute these are. So he looks, you know, style-wise just like the other Sprites. The glittery bottom. And yeah, he's just got different colors because he's red and pink. And yeah, kind of a maroon stripe down there at the bottom too. Awesome. He looks great with red. Okay, on to Indigo. Pick a little fuzz off of her. Oh, she's so cute. You think so too, Wiz? Yeah, she's ignoring me now. But again, she's got the embroidered star and the suspenders. Got the embroidery on the back. Got the little arm. I don't know what to call those. You know, the things that stick off the top of the arms. And a glittery, very purple bottom. That's gorgeous. Yeah, that's like a deep purple. Okay, let me show you something real quick about her hair. And this is one of the reasons I took this group out of the box, whereas the other I left in, because the hair on this one is a little funky. It's not messed up, but okay, let me put it back the way it was a second ago. It looks here like it's just, like there's no fringe or anything, but there actually is. It's just tucked up under there, whereas in the other one that's in my box, it's not, and I'll show you that in a second. But if you just pull it down, it comes out. But since it was tucked up under there, it may have a tendency to go back up if I'm not careful. See, she has a little fringe too. Just gives it a little more oomph, a little more style. She's got her pigtails. You see that? So cute. Oh my god. Yeah, but let me show you real quick. The one in the box, her friend was already out. Didn't have to like pull on that. Oh, Wispy, what's wrong? She wants the attention, not the itty bitties. Sorry, it's itty bitty time. There's Indigo again. I just love her. Love her! And Hammy! Because I kept confusing Hammy for, excuse you? What are you doing? What are you doing? For IQ. Well, actually, let me hold him up beside IQ so you can really see the difference. IQ is much more purple, or violet, because she goes with Stripe Violet. Hammy is definitely a more blue indigo color. It's got the purple, pink, and blue stripes. His belt is actually kind of a fuchsia color. It's really pretty. And then blue star and buckle, and very dark blue. Actually, let me compare this to Indigo, because her purple was darker. I'd say that's, well, if it's not the exact same color, it's very close. But against IQ, it's a very different color. IQ is much more pinky. This one is much more purpley, which goes with dark blue that is Indigo. So Hammy is adorable. Another difference with these four, you'll see they don't have hand tags because they came in a box, so they didn't need them. The price and everything was on the box itself, which I should also tell you what the price was. $29.95. Let's see if this has anything else different or interesting. I did notice after my last video on the hand tags of the other sprites, and it's also here on this box, the Hallmark, the copyright information is both in English and French. And at first I was like, why would it be in French if they're only selling these in the US? And then I realized they're selling some in Canada. There were some rumors flying around for a little while, and then we actually got some confirmation that yes, this particular set is showing up in Canadian Hallmark stores. The individual classics have not shown up as far as I know yet, but as far as I can tell from the rumors I've heard, this is not straight from Hallmark, but from people who have called their local stores in Canada, that the other products are coming as well, just slightly delayed. But they got this set before most US states did. So yay, Canada! But yeah, they've got that in French for the French-speaking Canadians. And it says it was made in June, which was the same date as the classics. Or, I'm sorry, this is still part of the classics, but the same as the loose classics, I should say. I did get another set of the 4 classic Itty Bitties, Rainbow, Twink, IQ, and OJ, because I just wanted 2 of each. Yeah, even though they're not in a box, like typically with loose items I would only get 1, but these things are so little, cute, and inexpensive, I feel I don't have to think about it as much. Like if it were a $20 item, I'd probably only get 1, but since it's less than $7, why don't we get 2? And they also have, I don't have it up here with me, a itty bitty card. So the more itty bitties you buy, they stamp it, and once you fill up your itty bitty card, you get 25% off your entire purchase. It doesn't apply to, like, I bought over, I forget how many it is. Maybe it's 8 that you have to buy. Whatever's on the card, I bought more than that during this one visit. So it filled up one of the cards, but you can't use it on that particular purchase because you just filled it up. So you have to use it on the next purchase. But definitely ask for the itty bitty card if you're buying itty bitties at your store and if they forget to give you one. My representative asked me immediately, oh, do you have an itty bitty card? No, I do not. I would love one. Thank you. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. I think the only other thing we're going to do today, it's time to open up the leg warmers. So I got another book, as I was saying I had to do before I would open one of these. And again, I looked at both to see if either one had any flaws, if one looked better than the other. Hang on, I gotta get the cat off of my off of my lap real quick so I can really do this right. But as much as I've looked around this, I've, kind of pulled it apart, looked behind. I've tried to see if ungluing where it connects in the back would help. I am not seeing an easy way to get these out without ripping or cutting the sleeve. But that's not the end of the world. Basically what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put the other book that I took this sleeve off of in my book collection, because I've just got them in, like you would on a bookshelf, just row of books. And if this were on it, it really wouldn't fit in there because this is so wide, so thick. But what I'll do with this one is I'll leave the sleeve on it and just display it on a shelf by itself. Kind of like it is in the picture online where they just kind of have it opened and propped. Yeah, I'll just do that on a shelf and it's going to look super cute. So I don't feel too bad about destroying this, but I was hoping there was a way to do it without destroying. I am going to try real quick though, just pulling to see if there's any give. I was kind of hoping it might just pull out of there. It's not. Yeah, I see like a tiny gap between the plastic and the paper, but like maybe if I had an X-Acto knife or something, I could really get in there and do this more carefully. But I don't think I'm going to keep this extra sleeve anyway. I don't really have a reason to since I have another book with these sleeves. So back to the trusty scissors. I'm cringing, just so you know. It makes me crazy to cut anything Rainbow Brite, but here goes nothing. What I'm going to try doing is just cutting around this box. Oh, sorry, Starlight. I just started cutting into his nose a little bit. And then see if we can manage to get this out. And in the process of this, I might find an easier way, so you guys don't have to cut yours up. We'll see. So, done. It's out. So there is like a little bit of a gap in the paper here that I'm starting to pull apart. Let me look in the back of the rest of this. Oh. Okay, since I'm tearing this apart anyway, I'm just going to show you. I'll pull apart the back where it's glued. I think I can, well, I was about to say I think I can do that without ripping it, and then it's Nope, that doesn't come off so easily. Okay, whatever. I'll just cut that too. I'm already going for it. Let's just really go for it. I'm not even going to cut a perfectly straight line or anything. Because I want to show you, because this only applies to the front of the sleeve, not the back. There is, if you can see it, a very slight gap. Maybe if I pull on it a little bit more, you'll see it better. A gap in the paper that you can actually pull apart. Now, if I try to do the whole thing, it's ripping the paper. It's not coming out nicely. But if I had taken this apart a little more carefully, maybe used a knife or something to get up under here to unglue it, there may have been a way to just pull this, like pull the backside of the paper out of the sleeve instead of pulling the entire thing out. So if you want to try and do your own video and show me how you did it, I'd love to see. But now that it's out, yeah, I can see the other, now that it's coming apart actually, you can see that the top part, which was the back of the sleeve, is coming right off of there, and there are the leg warmers. So okay, I probably could have done that better, whatever. Here they are. And these are a good size, because at first we were told they were gonna, you know, work for adults, and then we read something that said they were more for kids, and the picture showed a little kid's feet, although they're very baggy on that kid's legs. But these look, they're super stretchy. Woo! So I don't think these are gonna be any problem to wear, but just to prove it, I'm gonna put one on my arm first, and then we'll try it on the leg. Oh yeah. No problemo. That's awesome. These will work for some cosplay. Oh yeah. Okay, let me try it on my leg. Yeah, see, it easily goes over my ankle. It's not super tight on my calf. Let me see if I can stand up and show you. Whee! I'm not real flexible, so that's as high as we're going. But yeah, it absolutely fits my legs. That's awesome. I'm so glad that it was correct that these do indeed fit adults. It just says one size fits most. So, I mean, it might not fit all adults, but they're very, very stretchy both ways, so they'll fit a lot of people. Kids, adults alike, dogs, cats. I'm just kidding. Don't put these on your dog or cat. I don't think they would appreciate it too much. So that's everything for today. Yeah, and my twink shirt, I don't think I've worn this one for you yet. This is the other one I mentioned that they're selling on Hallmark.com. Just search for the word rainbow and you'll see it. Although I think he shows up now under the Rainbow Brite search as well in the Rainbow Brite store. I should be getting the large twink soon. He was not yet at my store when I went yesterday, but I have seen pictures that he's showing up in other stores in the US, and they're going to call me as soon as he comes in. So as soon as I get a hold of him, I will do another video to show him off because the pictures look adorable. I'm so excited to get him in my hands. And then later on, we'll be getting Starlight and the larger Rainbow Brite later this fall. So until then, so as I was cutting things apart and about to put them away or throw little bits away, I realized you could put the box back together and use it as a display as well. I don't know why I didn't think of that before, because the only thing you cut is the backdrop to get it out. So you could actually open it up, cut out the backdrop, then put the box back together and still use it as a display. I cut off this top part as well. I probably shouldn't have, but I was like, maybe I'll use that logo or the itty bitty logo at some point somewhere in my collection. But you could leave that on. You don't need to cut that one. But it still makes a cute little display box. So that was one thing I wanted to show you real quick. And the other thing I forgot to mention, since I do now have two IQs, they both do have the darker lines on the bottom than the limited edition one does, like I mentioned in my last video. So yeah, you remember I was just curious if that was just a batch thing or if all of the new ones or classic ones are going to be a bit darker on the lines, and it looks like they are. If you have one that's not, cool, let me know. But as far as I know so far between these two, yes, they have slightly darker lines on the bottom. Oh, and the book. If you're a little more careful than I was cutting that out, because I accidentally cut all the way to Starlight's nose. But you can actually cut right down the side where you cut out the leg warmers, and if you leave this on, you could probably stand that up somewhere, and it just makes a cute little whatever. I mean, it could be a bookmark. I don't know. You can just put it in the back of a shelf. You could put it all over the place. So hang on to that. And then the art on the back of the book. Again, I'm not a super crafty person. Like, I'm the first to admit that. But you could totally use it for something because it's just adorable. So just wanted to mention, don't just toss these away. Keep them around. You may want them in the future. And again, love this box. So now I'm really finished. Okay, see you next time. Bye.